Is this where I need to be? It's starting. It's starting. It says I'm live. So if I'm live, it says I'm live. And if you're watching the replay, hold on just one moment as I get situated here. And if you are watching the replay, you're the first one here. So feel free to say hi, leave a comment, let me know, hey, I'm from the replay. And let me know. But if you're with me live, that would be also very helpful because that means I'm doing this right. And I would love to see who is with me. Oh, I can hear myself. So apparently we're good. But I can't see any chats. Let me see if I can see your chats here. All right. So before this, I thought I was live and I was telling you the story with the fact that I was getting pumped up. That's why I'm all super red and flustered, because right before this, I was getting pumped up on my Instagram stories and I was listening to TLC No Scrubs, and I was having a dance party, getting pumped up, telling everybody, you know, let's have this dance party before we go on live. And then Instagram blocks my videos. Okay, they blocked my dance party because you can't play a song for that long, which I guess that makes sense. So I'm gonna wait a moment. I'm a bit early here because I just wanted to make sure we were good to go, but I want to see if I can see your comments. I see a chat box, but let's say hello. Anyone? The last time I did this, I actually I used my phone to read your comments. So let's see if that is also the scenario today. I use my phone. Oh my gosh, hello. So let's see if that is also the scenario today. Can you, okay. 1 second. Oh, yay. We have Shadina here, we have Danny, we have Ashley, we have Latricia, we have Alicia, Dominique, and Sandy, Taylor, Phoenix Fitness Apparel, what's up? And GH Family, thank you guys for saying hi. Okay, it's not just me. It's not just me. If you can give me like a moment to see if I can possibly see the chats here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hang out with you on my phone. So did you guys hear my whole dance party story? Or did we miss that? I feel like I've said that twice already because I'm like, am I here? I don't know. So we have Morgan and Kelly, Sandy. Okay, this is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me see, is the background okay? I fixed my pillows for you because I knew this was gonna be the background. I hope you can hear me and you can see me okay. That's most important, right? If you can hear me and if you can see me okay, then I think we're good. I'm just gonna wait for a few more minutes because I'm early. It's not quite 11 yet. And then we're gonna dive into the goodness of what we're going to learn today. I'm so red. Oh my gosh. Okay. So leave me a comment. Let me know. Ooh, let's do some shout outs because, okay, I got my iPad because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to see my my notes because I am just a note taker, you guys. I have to be, otherwise I get too crazy with what I'm talking about. Okay. So these lovely ladies left a comment on my Instagram post and they let me know that they were going to be here. So I wanted to give you a little shout out. So from Instagram, Olivia Lauren Clothing. Hi, Olivia. I hope you're here. If you're here right now, let me know and say, hey, that's me. At KB Martin _ and Jazzy _ Naturals at Cindy.G.Cinceneros and also OL Shopping MG. And you also mentioned you're watching from the Philippines, which is amazing. Thank you for being here. I know you mentioned it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I promise you you're gonna learn a lot of good stuff and you're gonna have some fun. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it once it's 11. and is AOSOBTQ. I'm sorry if I'm not, I know I can't pronounce everyone's usernames, but thank you for being here. And cool, are we good? So those were the shout outs. All right, guys. So it is 11 o'clock on the dot. I'm not in a drop top, but I might cruise the street later. Okay. Let me see. All right, I think we're situated now. So are you ready? Michelle said, hello, I've been waiting since I got the email reminder. Well, I'm glad you got the email, and you're going to be hearing from me. I know I emailed you guys a few times this week, but you're going to be hearing from me, so don't be alarmed. I promise you I'm not going to spam you all day, but it's just quick reminders and just a chance for me to catch up with you. And yeah, so you'll see me in your newsletter throughout the week. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to talk about today the top 5 mistakes that boutique owners make. And these are all mistakes that I have experienced and that I have made. So this is coming from me personally. And I thought this would be really helpful. This topic would be helpful for you all, because if I knew these things when I started my business, I would have saved myself so much stress and time and money and all that, struggle with trying to figure things out as I've grown my boutique. So I thought, let me just share with you some mistakes here. And I'll also talk about how you can kind of rework it. And, if this is something that you can relate to, let me know. Hopefully this is going to help you. So, all right, guys, cool. So keep the chat going so I know we're still good. And yeah, okay. So I got my notes. So number 1, so if you have a notepad or anything, pay attention, close off any other apps or browsing tabs and anything else going on in the background if you can, because I want you guys to take some notes if you can, or just mentally take some notes, and you can watch the replay and watch it again, because I'm going to hopefully be able to leave this video here on my YouTube channel. Okay. So number 1, I have to start with the number 1 mistake is not being clear on your branding. Okay, I talk about branding a lot, but it's truly, truly the most important aspect, and it's really the foundation of your boutique and your business overall. So when I started, I did not have a clear idea of a lot of things, and one of those is the style of your products, your specific niche, your product category, and most importantly, your target customer. You need to understand exactly who you are targeting, who you're speaking to. And when I'll say speaking to a lot, and that's referencing selling to, but I try to remember that you aren't just selling to everyone, right? You are building a relationship, and you're connecting, and you're speaking to your individual target customer. And that's what you want to first start with. Everything else comes after this. Your first step is to really be crystal clear on your branding. And that also involves your cohesive theme. So what does that mean? What are all these words? Like, what am I referring to? So your cohesive theme is essentially the vibe, right? The style, the feeling of your brand. So when somebody walks into your online store, yes, online, they're walking into it, what is that instant feeling that they get? You want them to know right when they walk in, they want to know exactly who you are as a brand, the products that you're selling. And because it only takes a few seconds for somebody to decide if they're going to continue shopping on your website or leave. So you want to make that first and lasting impression. And the way you start that foundation is understanding your branding. And again, this includes a lot of different factors. So let me just make sure I'm covering everything I want to cover. Now, this also consists of your business name, right? These are all like the traditional parts of your branding, your business name, your logo, your color scheme, your fonts, everything all together, your packaging, it all ties into who you are as a brand. And I want you guys to first have the mindset that even if you're a small business, you haven't started your boutique yet, or you're in the beginning stages, so you're a small business. Even if you're a small business, you are a legitimate business. You want to start with that mindset. You don't want to downplay your boutique, and you want to be proud of what you're putting out there, and you want to be crystal clear on who you are targeting. So how are we doing? Is this making any sense? Cool. And if you guys have questions, just give me a moment to go through kind of like the topic, and then I'll scroll back and get to any of your questions afterwards. But I just want to make sure I get on track with what we're talking about. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when I get fired up. Let me just, okay. Okay, now, when it also comes to your brand, you also want to think about, and this goes for when you really start diving into your business, there's going to be times where, of course, there's going to be times where you're struggling, where you're feeling, you're not feeling very motivated, and, you're stressed out. So during that moment, you want to think about, you want to go back to that time where you had that thought of, okay, I'm going to start my business. So you want to make sure that you understand why you started your business and the story behind it and the meaning of your business. So what is the purpose of your brand? And, going into it, you can't lead with just money, right? You can't lead with, I'm starting my business so I can make money. Yes, money is important. Obviously, we have to be making money in our business for this to actually be something we can do long term. At the end of the day, we need to make sales and we need to make money, right? But when those moments come where, okay, you're gonna have some questions, there's gonna be some struggles that you have to deal with, or there's gonna be those bad days. What's gonna keep you moving forward and keep you motivated and keep you on track is going back to the reason why you started your business. And that can be anything. There's no right or wrong, or, it doesn't have to be a world-changing reason. It can be a purpose-driven reason. It can be kind of involved in maybe your products, involved in, the behind the scenes or the supplies, or where you source your products. All of that can be part of your story, or it can just be something for yourself that you enjoy and that you're passionate about, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to love your business more than anybody else. So you have to absolutely be passionate about what you're doing, because nobody else is going to do this for you. Nobody else is going to show up for you other than yourself. So that, I know that this is partly more like motivational and inspirational kind of part of your branding, and we'll definitely dive into like actual tactics and the business and all of those type of mistakes. But I really just want to start this with just having that mindset that this is your business, you're a legitimate, and you have to have that GoPro mindset. So are we good, you guys? Let me know. So Tamila says, great information. And Mira says, I'm from the Philippines. Oh yeah, I gave you a shout out earlier. Okay. So if you have questions, hang in there with me and we'll get to it. And okay, so you guys have some really great questions, but let's stay on the mistakes. So let me just make sure. Branding. So do we have any questions regarding the branding topic? If you do, then let me know. And then we'll go to mistake number 2. Now, you guys, what I want to mention to you is we're going to get through all of these 5 mistakes. I'm going to share with you all of these strategies on how to avoid these mistakes. But at the end of this video, I am going to share with you a new opportunity that you're able to continue like growing your business and starting your business and continue growing with me as your mentor. So I'm going to be sharing a new opportunity that I wanted to share with you. So that's going to be at the end. So that's going to be at the end of this video. So just keep that in mind. And there's also some special bonuses that I'm going to offer for just those of you who are with me today watching this video. So I just want to let you know before I forget that I am going to share some really exciting new opportunities for you guys to continue learning and growing and working with me to help you with your boutique journey. Okay, cool? All right, so let's get into not step number 2, but number 2, and that is you're doing too much. You're doing too much at once. Okay, you need to focus on one thing at a time. So for example, and again, I'm going to break it down into different I guess aspects of your business. So the first section is you're doing too much where you start your business. Okay, I'm going to start a clothing boutique. So I'm going to sell dresses and tops and all of these boutique clothing. But I'm also going to start with, I'm going to add some skincare, right? I'm going to add some skincare in there. I'm also, you know, I really love makeup. So let me add, you know, some concealer, and I'm also going to do some notebooks. I'm going to add some stationery. I'm going to have this entire boutique business and website where you can just shop all things. Now, that's where you want to check yourself for a moment, because if you're doing too many things at once, number one, you're going to confuse your target customer, right? You want to be able to really target your specific niche in business, okay? And that is how you are going to attract more people and get more sales, and is when you can really narrow down your product categories and your target customer. But not only that, is you can absolutely, like down the line, if it makes sense for your branding, to include different categories in your business. If that makes sense, if that's what your target customer is wanting, if that aligns with your customer, right? You can absolutely do that. But right now, what's important to focus on is your starting point, the foundation of your categories, the foundation of the products that you're selling. So if you can focus on those individual categories, you're going to excel so much further. You're going to excel so much at a much quicker pace than if you were to try to focus on all of these different products or all of these different offerings, right? But if you can spend your time and just kill it in that one product category, or that style and that collection that you are offering in your boutique, you're going to kill it. Okay, you're going to understand your target customer, and it's going to take you that much further. So now that's the first section of doing too much at one time. And now there's another part to this, but okay, are we cool? Is this making sense? Is this making sense? So let me see here. Cool. So you guys give me like a thumbs up or say yes. I understand. This is helping, because that will help me continue on. Cool. We got the hands praised. All right, good. All right. Now, what also to that, when you want to focus on one thing at a time. So when you start a business, you're going to realize there are so many things you got to do, right? You're going to feel like there is task after task that you have to complete. But what you want to do is you want to set yourself up with a plan every single day. And you want to organize your plan, organize your projects, organize what you have to work on, and work on only the task that is going to get you that much further to your end goal. So if your end goal is, okay, I want to buy my products and I want to have my collection ready, right? You haven't even worked on your website yet, but that's okay, because that's not going to, working on your website before you understand your branding and your products, you're not going to get that much, it's not going to take you for where you want to go with your goal for that month or for that quarter. And I like to break down my goals at 3 months at a time and figure out what I'm working on in that 3 months, and then break it down 1 month at a time. And I'm looking at this month, okay, what do I need to get done in order to hit this goal of mine? So that also ties into focusing on one thing at a time. Okay, so just organizing and planning out your day, and however, whatever method works for you. So I've mentioned Trello. I use the Trello platform. It's an online, kind of like an online calendar. I use that to that's like my master key of everything that I'm working on. And then, you guys, I use a planner, a notebook, just a little old notebook. And it may not look pretty and I have horrible handwriting, but I know that I'm organized and I know what I'm getting done that day. So whichever method works for you, write it down and plan it out. And that's also going to help you with not getting overwhelmed. Okay. Now, the third part to this is when you're actually in your business and okay, you launched, you're ready. Now you want to okay, you launched your boutique. So now what am I going to focus on? And then you see, all right, well, there's Pinterest, there's Facebook, there's Instagram. Now I have to start a YouTube channel. Now I have to, update my LinkedIn profile. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be on every single social network that there is. Okay, you do want to, however, start building some sort of social presence, but that can just be on two platforms. Start with one, work your way up. So, and trying to identify what platform to focus on. Again, that's going back to your target customer and understanding, okay, where is this person hanging out? Where are they looking for my style of products? So if that's Instagram, then that's where you're going to spend your time. Okay, if that's Facebook, then that's where you're going to spend your time. Or maybe you have a much younger demographic, then maybe you're going to hang out on Snapchat. Okay, so you have to pay attention to where your audience, the people who are interested in your specific business, and really focus your attention on that platform. So again, don't get caught up with all of these different options and, want to blow up on all of these platforms. You're just going to get overwhelmed. Okay, take it from me. I've been there. And that also goes for different selling platforms. You have your website, and then, all right, let me start at Etsy shop. And now I'm going to go on Amazon or eBay or Poshmark. And, I want to be on every single platform because in my mind, I'm thinking, well, then I can reach so many different people, right? But will you be able to manage that and show up every single day on those platforms? Because what is going to help you grow, and I saw one of your questions. Your question. Okay, we're not going to get to that. So let me find. One of you had a question regarding, okay, J. Halor, or Jalor. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any tips on getting followers on your business Instagram page? So really valid question. And okay, I'm just hoping I'm staying on track here. We're on the doing too much mistake, right? When you can focus on that single platform, again, the same concept applies, then yes, you'll be able to grow even further. And I'll talk about some strategies about growing your following. But what I want to tell you right now, don't pay attention to your numbers. And that actually leads me to another one of my top 5 mistakes. So I'll leave that little section for my other topic because that pairs well. Okay. So again, mistake number 1 is not being clear of your branding and not having and not understanding the story and the meaning and the purpose behind your brand, because you have to start with that and understanding your target customer. Mistake number 2 is you're doing too much, okay? You're focusing on too many things. You just got to focus on one task at a time, and it's going to take you so much further. And number 3, so you got your notebooks, you guys? Number 3 is not being consistent. Not being consistent. This is from all of these, including your branding. Consistency is the best marketing tool out there. Consistency compared to paying for ads, consistency is such a better marketing tool than relying on social media. Consistency in every aspect of your business, you're going to grow on so many different levels, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so your consistency relates to, again, going back to your cohesive theme. So kind of like the look of your website, the look of your photos. Everything needs to be, you're consistent in a sense, right? So that's part of that. Your packaging, it's consistent every single time your customer, gets their order. They're consistent. You're consistent with the look of your packaging. So kind of the all over aesthetics of your boutique. Okay, so that's one part of your consistency. But what I'm really referring to is you showing up every single day, showing up for your business every single day. And that means, yes, on your Instagram, either on your Instagram stories. Now, if you can't do it every day, but in some way or form, you're showing up for your business. So I don't mean you're posting an Instagram photo every day, even though, yes, that is very helpful in your strategy of growing your, following and getting some brand awareness, is when you're consistent with posting every day. But I'm referring to just showing up for yourself and your business. So that means, okay, today I'm working on updating my product photos. So today I am going on, Facebook Live, and I'm showing them my new arrivals. Today I am writing an email. So every single day you're showing up for your business, and that is what people are going to remember. And that is how you can get people to really remember your brand, right? Because it takes multiple times for somebody to actually purchase a product from you. They got to see it more than once. They got to see you show up more than once. So when I refer to consistency, it really ties into, again, going back to focusing on one thing at a time. You won't be consistent if you're trying to get everything done yourself, right? Just focus on what task is going to get you further to your goal, and show up every day. And if that means, okay, Monica, I have a full-time job, right? I have a family and there's other responsibilities going on, but you will find time for the things that matter in your life, for the things that matter for your business. You will find the time, even if that's 1 hour a day after work, right? Or you get up maybe 30 minutes before you have to really get up for work. If that means you have to take some time and not go to the movies on Saturday, even though you really want to see A Star is Born one last time, those are the things you got to think about, right? And how can you just show up, even if it's one thing you get done that day, but you're showing up for your business and you're staying consistent. So, whew, you guys, I know I get into this like inspirational moments, but hopefully what I'm telling you is also some valuable information that you can use in your business, okay? So Tamila says, being present in your business. Cindy says, hey, Cindy. Cindy says, yes, consistency is key. Okay, cool. We're getting some thumbs up and we're getting some hands. Being present. Okay, I read that one. All right. All right, cool. Okay. Let me look at my notes to make sure we're on track. Otherwise, again, I get too into it sometimes. All right. So we got number 1, we got number 2, and we got number 3. So now number 4. Number 4. And I actually don't have any notes on number 4 because I really want you guys to hear me on this. And that is, number 4 is comparing yourself. Comparing yourself to everybody else, what everybody else is doing. And when you compare yourself, you will definitely get in a place where you feel like what you're doing is not good enough, or what you're doing is not going to be successful. So what I want to tell you right now is, yes, you can get inspiration from other people in your marketplace. Of course, that's a smart strategy. You can kind of learn from or model from, or again, get that inspiration and see what's working in your zone, right? Your marketplace, of course. But if you're seeing something that is holding you back and you feel like, it's putting yourself down, I want you to unfollow that right now, because it's not doing you any good. And you never want to compare your business with where you're at in your journey with somebody else's boutique business, because they're only showing you, what their customers want to see. And that's their business and their products and what they're doing. But you won't see necessarily, in more cases than not, really how they got there and how much work they're going through in their own business, right? So we're all working on our own things, and we all have our own journey, and you don't want to be caught up in somebody else's journey. Just focus on you and going back to why you started your business and what impact you want to make. Whether it's impact that you want to make on other people, where you bring them joy for, the products that they're getting, you're solving a problem where now, wow, they feel really great in my new sweater, or an impact maybe on the environment, or an impact on, a cause that's really passionate to you, or maybe just the impact on your own life and your own family and what you're doing, for your business. So when you start comparing yourself, what are you going to do? You're going to try to be like this other business, because your customers are there for you. Your followers on Instagram, right? And that leads me to your question on growing followers. People are connected to people. And when we're a small business, we have the upper hand in this, because we can connect to our people online. You can connect to your followers online. And if you focus on putting out good quality content, really great photos, and taking the time to take photos, taking the time to, write a caption that, is meaningful. And of course, you can also, at the end of your caption, of course, you're going to say, hey, this is my brand new product, right? You can buy it on my website, because at the end of the day, we need to make sales. But you need to first focus on your messaging and focus on building that relationship with your followers and your customers. And, if you're comparing yourself, then you're not going to be able to share really what you have to bring on the table, because nobody is like you. You're the only person who is like you. So when you think like, okay, well, so many boutiques are selling, so many boutiques have this boho chic kind of style, and they're already so much further. They started this 5 years ago. I'm never going to catch up to them. But nobody can position it in a way that you can position it. Find a way that is, differentiates yourself from what everyone else is doing. And again, of course, you're going to find little things that, okay, this is working, then yes, you may want to apply it to your business, because that's just marketing, right? That's just a strategy behind marketing. But at the end of the day, how you show up is what people are going to, remember. And when people can honestly get to know you as a brand and a business owner, that's how they're going to buy from you. And you'll notice, if you're familiar with my boutique at all, or if at all on like Instagram stories, you'll notice that when I go on Instagram stories, of course, I'm there to share my new arrivals, to tag my products, to invite people to my website. Of course, I'm sending emails, but I'm also talking to them and making, and building that relationship so they can understand me as a person. And even if every single day I don't, say, hey, buy this new shirt, I'm still showing up in other ways. Maybe I'm showing them, okay, I got a new packaging design, or I'm showing them what I made for breakfast that day. And even if it doesn't have to do with the product I'm selling, I'm still showing up, and they're still reminded about who I am as a brand. And like, oh, there's Monika. I remember I wanted to buy that shirt that she's actually wearing today as she is making her coffee. So, okay, let me go grab that shirt. And that is the best marketing strategy you can do. It's just showing up every day, being consistent, and really building that connection with your followers. Okay, so my iPad keeps closing on me and it thinks I'm not looking at it. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is your branding. And I'm looking up here, so hopefully I'm like looking at you at the camera. So 1 is branding. 2 is you need to focus on one thing at a time. 3 is staying consistent. 4 is stop comparing yourself and be your own dang person. Okay? Number 5, are we ready? Are we ready? Number 5, and then I'm going to hang out with you on the chat, answer your questions. But I also want to share with you the bonuses that I wanted to share with you. Okay, cool. So number 5, and number 5 is a good one. And I'm feeling like you guys are going to relate to me on this one if you've already launched your business. And that is website shame. Website shame. You're not proud of your website. So you launch your boutique, you have this website, and this is a true story. A few years ago, I went to a family party, like a family, it's like a family birthday party. And, when you meet new people, like there's his coworkers or friends, and, they kind of know a little bit about you, and they're like, oh, hey, Monika, it's so nice to meet you. I know you have an online boutique. What is your website? Well, yeah, it's Monika Rose, but, I'm still working on it. I'm getting a designer. I'm about to take some new pictures this weekend. So, you're already setting yourself up. You're already setting yourself up with, you're not proud of your business. You're already telling them to, watch out because my website sucks and I'm not proud of it. So that's how I felt for many years, where I was not proud of what I was putting out there. So why are you going to put it out there? Right? You really want to focus on your website. That is the foundation of your entire business. That is one of your very handy marketing tools. Is when someone logs onto your website is going to sell for itself when you're not there to kind of talk about it, right? Your website is something that you want to be proud of. So I'm going to talk about a few things on how you can do that. But does anybody else feel that same way, where, you have your website, but you're just not, you feel like you can just do so much more, right? So let me know in the comments if you're feeling that too, or am I just like just one person? Yes. Okay, we got a yes. Okay. I'm glad you guys can relate to this because it's really important. So again, you got to be proud of your website, but what you want to focus on is, when you're trying to figure out your projects to work on, your website is always something that you're going to continue to work on. And I'm not telling you that you have to have this super flashy, all the bells and whistles and pop-ups galore on your website to be able to have a successful business. or to be able to launch your business, don't let that hold you back from moving forward and launching your business. But that being said, you want to be, you want to be happy with what you're putting out there. So again, you don't have to have all the fancy tools and you don't have to hire an expensive designer. But what you want to do is take the time to work on your website. Make it, even if it's just simple, you got your logo, right? You got your business name, and you have your product shots. That all ties in to, again, your branding. You want to make sure you take your own photos. And I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to say it until, YouTube is gone, which is probably not likely, but you want to take your own quality looking photos, you guys. Don't use stock photos. Don't just take a quick photo and it's like horrible lighting. Take the time, do the work, and put in the effort, because that is what's going to show. So, you have really great photos, you have your descriptions, and you have your email list for people to join your newsletter list. It's literally all you need to start with, but it needs to be simple and professional looking as well. And you could just start simple. But again, when you're doing that, you just want to be absolutely 100% proud of what you're putting out there. So does that help you guys? Let me look. Okay. Danny says, I feel like that about my website too. I've changed it about 10 times and it's something I'm constantly changing. My business is Streets of Modesty. Now, that's okay, because when you are going through your boutique journey, you're growing, you're learning, and you may not have all the answers right now on exactly, 100% your brand. But if you have an idea in your mind, some sort of idea on where you want to go and how you want all of this to look, then you're on the right path. And it just takes one step at a time. Like, okay, what on my website am I not happy about? And if the first thing that people are going to see are the photos of your products, right? So you got to start there. How can I take these photos of my products and convert into sales? What can I do better to work on my photos? Maybe I need to just one day do a photo shoot one day and focus on these 5 styles. Right? I'm going to focus on these 5 styles. And I'm going to take really great quality photos, and that's going to go on my website. So don't mix in, okay, well, I have this photo, but I know it's not that great, but I'm just going to put it on my website because I have it. Don't put that. I would much rather you not put that on your website and just wait until you have time during that week to work on that style, right? So if you're retaking your photos, work on it one thing at a time, because that's your first impression, right? Your first impression of your website, your first impression of your products, and you want to give that first and lasting impression. So you want to make sure that the products you're putting out there are, just clear looking photos. You don't have to you don't have to have a professional camera, but they need to look nice because photos sell your products. Okay. And also going with that is when you're taking your photos, you want to think about the story that you're telling, the lifestyle that you're sharing, because it's so much more common that people are not just buying the product that they like, but they're buying the lifestyle that you're sharing with them. So how they can wear that themselves at home, whether that's, your styling, whether that's you doing a lookbook, whether that's, kind of that lifestyle photo where you're out and about and you're wearing that product. How can they envision themselves wearing that product in their day-to-day life? So that's just one little tip when it comes to your photos, is to make sure that you guys are telling the story behind that item. Cool? Cool. All right. Now, let me see if we have any questions regarding the mistakes. GH Family Boutique says, I'm a simple person and my website is simple. So as a beginner, I'm happy with it. I'm sure I'll upgrade later. I do need to take my own photos though. Awesome. Yes. Keep it simple. Simple is definitely makes it look so much more professional when you can keep it simple. And then yes, add, some different, helpful tools down the line, but just keep those foundational elements of your website and you're good to go. All right, guys, let me just quickly do a quick little read here. I'm glad you guys can relate to what I'm chatting with, and hopefully this is all helpful. We're getting some yeses. Taylor says Shopify is great and easy to use. Yes, I use Shopify as well. Okay. Now, if you guys can hang with me here, because before I get to your questions, I just want to first share with you, if you follow me on Insta or if you're on my newsletter, you've kind of already maybe heard the scoop of what I've been working on. So over the past few months, I really took the time to listen to what is it that you really need help on in your business. And the biggest response was just really getting started and what to focus on in your business. And really the setup process. So I created a step-by-step program. It's called the Online Boutique Boss Starter Course, and it's just broken down into 4 different modules. So the first module is on branding. So kind of what we talked about today, and what I go into is I walk you through understanding your target customer, how to find this person, and there's a fun workbook that you can work on, and I just really dive deep into understanding your target customer. We talk about defining your product niche as well, and also when is the right time for you to maybe add new categories to your boutique. I also go into detail on your logo and some of my favorite resources for your logo, and also important things that you want to consider when you get your logo made and or just created, and what you want to make sure you have with your logo. I also talk about your business name, what to consider when you're finalizing your business name, and that entire setup process. Okay, so that's module 1, in case you're curious. Module 2 is dedicated to your inventory. So it's all about your wholesale inventory, your retail price range, how much inventory to start with, where do I source my inventory, my favorite marketplaces to source inventory, how to gain access, and I talk about also like your cost of goods sold and everything that involves wholesale inventory basics. So that's number 2. And then the third module is your website. Your website. So I walk you through setting up a website on Shopify. And I also share some important factors and strategies and elements that you want to use on your website in order to convert it into a high converting website. So I, number 1, walk you through it. So I take you step by step on Shopify. So that's the one I do recommend. But if you aren't using Shopify, that's totally okay. You just want to use a website. And I saw that question here. You just want to use a website that you find the most helpful for you working through. But what you can take away from this module is really the strategy behind your setup process and how to set these things up. So if you're wondering, okay, how do I set up a newsletter? How do I, what do I have to look for in order to make sure to help my customer go through the checkout process? So everything that involves kind of the setup and the design of your website, as well as some strategies there. Okay, cool. So that's module number 3. And then the last module is your launch plan. So it's your launch plan strategy. So if you've already launched your boutique, you can absolutely you can absolutely get value from this module. So this is for those of you who are maybe, you're about to launch your boutique, and those of you who already launched, but you want to rework that, right? Maybe you didn't launch to anybody. You didn't have like a grand opening event online, or you didn't really have a plan or a schedule in place for your launch plan strategy, which is so important. You want to make sure you're taking the time to really figure out your marketing when it comes to sharing your boutique and getting people to come and shop on your store of your launch date and after your launch. So what to do after your launch. So in that module, I'm going to have a launch plan calendar that you can print out, or I also created one on Trello because I like to use an online platform for my calendar. So I know some of you like to do that method, or some of you like to write it out as well. So we have a launch plan strategy for you. And then I also talk about like when you should launch your boutique. And also, so keep in mind, so again, going back to if you've already launched your online boutique, you can still do this okay, I'm launching a new summer collection, right? You can still have that same twist on the fact of your grand opening launch, but it can be something else that you're celebrating in your business. Okay, I have your new arrivals, right? So you can plan your strategy there to make sure you're making the most out of your boutique. So those are the 4 modules. And then I do have some bonuses as well for you. But okay, is this exciting for you? I know a lot of you have already shared with me your excitement. So to get on the early bird list, okay, I'll tell you guys about that. But let me tell you about the bonuses. So with the 4 core modules, I do have some bonuses. So the first one is my resource lounge. So my resource lounge library. So these are all my favorite tools, platforms, services, resources, supplies, everything that I recommend to grow and up level and even just start your business. So those are all my favorite tools in one little lounge library that I created. So that's bonus number 1. And then the second bonus is I created a business setup and paperwork checklist. So these are all the things. It's a checklist that you can download or use on your phone. And it's all those things where, okay, you got to set up your paperwork, right? You got to file your documents. So it's going to be a checklist of all those things that you want to consider doing. And then also some resources on maybe where to find out where to do that and how to do that. And I also added a few other suggestions on what you want to set up before you launch your boutique. So it's just a really handy, helpful checklist. And then the third bonus is a new lesson, which is dedicated to your inventory launch. So your first launch inventory collection. So the strategy there, it's like why did I name it that? It's so hard. But it's essentially, basically, it's your inventory launch strategy. So again, going back to how much inventory do you want to start with? If you have a smaller amount of inventory, how can you market that? And what you want to include in your first launch collection. And then also your after launch strategy. So maybe you're at a point where, okay, I want to up level my sales. I want to add some more inventory to my boutique. Maybe I'm adding a new category. So I'm going to talk about how you can really lay out your profit goals, your net profit goals, how you can lay that out and just get a clear understanding of managing your inventory and how to market it in a way where, again, it's not overwhelming, and how you can manage, but you can market it in a way where you can manage what you got. So that's the third bonus. It's really just like an entire lesson in its own. And then what I wanted to share with you guys, because I haven't mentioned this before, I did talk about the new program on my Instagram stories, but I added last minute, I decided that I wanted to add one more bonus, and that is a 6-week Facebook group community. So a 6-week Facebook group community with just you all who are early birds, because this is the first time I'm launching the starter course. You guys may be familiar with my signature course, but this is the first time I'm launching the starter course that really focuses on starting, planning, and launching your boutique. So I wanted to do something for those of you who are diving into the program for the first time. So I decided that we're gonna have a 6-week community together. So every single week, I'm gonna go live and we're gonna dive into the modules, each module, and we're gonna do a recap. And then if you have any questions regarding that module, I'll answer your question, kind of like what we're doing right now. And I'll answer any questions that you have regarding those that module for that week. And then it's just a fun way to also kind of connect with, are we cool? It's just a fun way that you can connect with each other, everybody else that's going through starting a business or going through this journey, because you guys, have you ever felt that, okay, you have some friends or you have some family where, you know, they're excited for you, but they just don't understand what you're going through. And, you know, they just don't understand your boutique world, right? So it's just nice to have other like-minded boutique owners like you and I and everyone on this chat together, working through the program and getting feedback from one another. Maybe sharing your own helpful tips and just helping each other. And then, of course, I will be there during that time to kind of help you get things done. So my goal really is, I created this so that you can just take the information and launch your boutique. So I want you to take the information and launch your boutique. That is like my goal. I don't want you guys to put it off anymore. I really want you guys to do this. And I'm excited. So tomorrow, I will be opening the doors, dun, dun, dun. And my official launch date is March 11th. So my official launch date where you can enroll is March 11th. But tomorrow, on Friday, if you are on the early bird list, so if you're on my newsletter list, then you're gonna have access first, and you're gonna be able to join the community. You're gonna have an entirely weeks. So you're gonna have 7 weeks in 7 or 8 weeks, yeah, into the Facebook community. So that's tomorrow. So you're gonna get an email. So if you're not on the newsletter or if you want some more info, just go to onlineboutiqueboss.com/earlybird. So let me just type that in here for you guys. And then everything that I am sharing with you regarding like the modules and the bonuses, you'll be able to see everything and read through it and see if it's the right fit for you. So I want you guys to actually look through the lessons and see if this is something you want to be a part of, because it's not for everyone, right? It's not for everyone, and that's okay. But I just want to make sure you guys you can actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm excited to share with you the enrollment page tomorrow. And there may just be another bonus. There's going to be another bonus again. That's only for early birds. So right now we have 4 bonuses. And the 4 core modules, including checklists and resources and workbooks. And by the way, you guys, during this enrollment period, so the last day to enroll is going to be March 22nd, according to my calculations on my calendar, should be March 22nd, yes, is the last day to enroll. And I'm not going to be offering the early bird Facebook group during the next launch of the course. So if that's something you're interested in doing, then I would encourage you to join us during this time, our first founders launch. So do we have any questions on that? And then I will absolutely get to your questions. I want to make sure I answer your questions from you guys that are here with me live, because I appreciate you guys being with me live here. But let me know if you have any questions on that. So pricing and our calendar, all of that is going to be announced tomorrow. So you'll find all of those details tomorrow. And yeah, we do have a specific calendar. So this way around for this starter course, I am doing it in a week-by-week release of the modules. So this is the first time I did this. And the reason why I'm doing this, so week 1, you're going to get module 1 on March 25th. And then the following week, you're going to get module 2, module 3, and then module 4. And the reason why I'm doing this is because one of the things that I heard from you guys is just, you feel like there's just so much that you have to do and you're getting overwhelmed. And that's the one thing that I want to help you avoid is the overwhelm. So that's why I want you to focus on just those lessons and focus on that point. And then next week, you can work on the next plan. And I don't want you to feel any pressure with getting through it, like everything week by week, because once you join, you're always gonna have access. You're gonna have lifetime access. So if you're like, Monika, well, you know, next month I'm going on vacation, okay? Disneyland, I already got my Disneyland ears, and I'm going on vacation in March and April, so I can't take the course live together. That's okay, because you'll be able to come back to it and reference it at any time, whenever it's the right timing for you. But I wanted to, at least for those of you who kind of need a little push, you need some accountability, you need some structure and getting things going with your boutique. That's why I'm doing it kind of like 1 week at a time. So I hope you guys are excited about it. Again, just head over to onlineboutiqueboss.com/early bird. Early bird. Early bird. That's what I was saying this morning. When I was like pumping myself up to come here, I was like, early bird. Early bird. Okay. So let me answer your questions. I might need a little, or should I not drink coffee? I know I get a little too much sometimes, but, oh, you guys, okay. This mug, I got this mug for Christmas from my brother and sister-in-law. It's called the Ember mug because she knows that when I drink coffee, it takes me all day to drink 1 cup of coffee, and I always go and I have to microwave it. And I know that's probably not right, but I would microwave it like 5 times a day. And she got me this mug where you put it on this coaster like this. It's a charging coaster, but this isn't what keeps it warm. The mug itself keeps it warm at your perfect temperature. So my perfect temperature is 137 degrees, and it keeps it warm all day, and I don't have to heat it up. And this is not hot at all. See that? It's like lighting up. So that means it's like at my perfect temperature. Anyways, that's a side note. That's a side note. In case anyone, if you're like me. And I also use it for tea too. Okay. All right, I'm gonna scroll on up. So let's see. Are you still with me here, guys? Let me know. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's almost 12 o'clock my time. I know it's a little bit later. And Nita from Philippines, thank you for hanging out with me. I know it's 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, and that just shows your dedication. So that's awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm going to scroll up and answer some questions I may have missed. All right. Taylor Brisgon, Taylor, are you still here? So Taylor says, please do more live sessions all about boutiques. I do. So for my signature course members, I do monthly live sessions every month, and I answer all and every question that they have. So that's something I do every month, and it's like my favorite thing to do. But for the starter course, you'll be able to join the Facebook group, and we're going to be there for 6 weeks, and I'm going to go every week answering your questions too. Legal requirements. So legal requirements. Now, disclaimer, I have to say disclaimer because you guys, I am not a attorney or a lawyer or a tax accountant. So I don't that's not my expertise. So as much as I would love to tell you, this and this and that when it comes to legal things, that's just, I'm legally not able to give any sort of suggestions on that. But that being said, don't let it discourage you from starting your business. That is why I created the checklist. So the checklist is just some recommendations from my own experience, just step-by-step things that you want to consider when you're, that whole business setup thing. That's not the fun part, right? But it's the important part. So I'm going to share with you some references and some resources on all of that business stuff. Wholesale vendors, I got you. This info is so helpful as I'm trying to create an online boutique. Well, I'm so happy to hear that. Ooh, this is a really great question from GH Family Boutique. Are you still hanging out with me, GH? Let me scroll down. Let me see. Okay, back to the question. Multitasking. Okay. GH Family Boutique asks, any videos that you have to help with wholesale vendors? In wholesale vendors, I'm trying to think about a YouTube channel. So I have some related to wholesale vendors, like some vendor tips. I have a video on my channel, some vendor tips video. I have my trade show video on how to shop trade shows and shop the market, going to trade shows. But specific vendor videos, wholesale vendor videos, that is module 2 in the starter course. So I dive into that topic in our starter course. And then I am still new, started my boutique in November 2018, but I've noticed other boutiques being able to offer the same clothing at lower prices. Okay. If other boutiques, there's going to be overlap. No matter what you do, there's going to be overlap unless you're like designing your own products, right? There's going to be overlap. And even with that, there's still maybe some overlap in the style of products, right? Again, this is going back to, and I know you answered this question, you asked this question a little bit earlier, so I kind of covered part of this already, but when it comes to your pricing, don't let it worry you that somebody else has lower prices, because what people, again, buy from, or they're buying from the experience. Okay, of course, you're going to have people who maybe are shopping, sales, and they're always shopping clearance, or they're shopping for a good deal, but that may not be your target customer, right? So you got to focus on your target customer, and that is going to tie into your retail price range. And it's how you present the product is how you're going to sell it. So if somebody's selling it for $5, $10 cheaper, but what is the experience that you are bringing to the table with your website? Maybe you have really great customer service. Maybe you made that connection on Instagram stories. Maybe your packaging is freaking awesome, right? Those are all things that you want to think about. Maybe just shopping on your website overall, from the moment that they saw your product to the whole checkout experience was just easy and quick. Maybe you offer a better, shipping rate, or you have a better refund policy. There's just so many different ways that you can focus, again, your branding and how you present those products. So make sure, and that's also, thank you for reminding me, because that's also something I talk about in module 2. I give you a quick tip on your pricing, and I talk about, I think I did mention that, actually. Yeah, so we go a little bit deeper in that topic. But hopefully that gives you some, like, a starting point that it's okay if you're overlapping. It's just how you present that product. Cool? Does that make sense, guys? Is that helpful? Okay. Michelle says, yes, if it's too cheap, you get what you pay for. Focus on experience. Like she said, being cheaper is not always the best way to go. Exactly, Michelle. Absolutely. Sometimes when something's too cheap, people kind of think, why is this? Why? And that also ties into your net profit goals at the end of the month, which we cover in our bonus lesson on your launch plan strategy. All right, next question. Paige asked how to gain followers for your brand before you launch. That's exactly what I'm going to go over. I'm going to help you create your launch plan strategy. So it's really about the brand awareness and starting with the people around you. So that's going to be your friends and family, and it's really going to start with word of mouth. But so that's your starting point, and then you want to focus on, your actual target customer, because those people may not be your target customer, they're just supporting you. So that's what we're going to cover as well. But again, that's your starting point. When you're starting out, is the word of mouth. And again, you showing up for your business every day, when you can actually say, I'm proud and I love this outfit, and I'm gonna wear it to church on Sunday, and I'm also gonna wear it when I go to work on Tuesday and have cocktails on Thursday. I don't know. But I just love this outfit. And when you when you can actually say, I say the term proud a lot, but when you can, when you're passionate about what you're selling, that's gonna sell it. Because you're the one that needs to be excited about your products and your boutique. And when you're excited about it, other people are excited about it, right? Danny asked, packaging pertaining to branding. Yeah, so your packaging. So your branding means your branding colors. Maybe you are like a higher end, maybe luxury boutique. So that needs to be reflective of your packaging. So when someone's paying maybe like a higher premium price, they're gonna expect the item. Well, they should, right? It ties into your experience. They want to receive that, and that overall experience is that luxury experience. So you want to tie in your packaging with whatever branding that can be. Yes, this will. I'm hoping. I'm hoping this will be available to watch later. That's what I'm assuming. The last time I did this, it was available, but you never know. You never know with YouTube. But I'm hoping this will be available. Taylor says, yes, I love Trello since you introduced it, and of course my planner every day. I'm glad you love Trello. It's literally my favorite thing. Let's see. Consistency is key. Paige, oh man, I hear that, but I did go to see A Star is Born encore. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I wanted to see it too, but Sean said we watched it once. Literally, that movie, you guys, that was a really good movie. Okay. Taylor says, there's a local boutique in my area that does live sales once a week on Facebook. It's such a good idea, and it brings a lot of people in. I like to do the same, but I don't want to copy what to do. So again, just going back to you, just bringing it to the table in a different way. Of course, like the actual strategy of going live every week is the same, but how you show up, that's completely different. And don't worry, they didn't invent going live Facebook. Tons of boutiques, businesses go live every week. That's not something that they came up with. So it's okay. It's completely okay to get out there. If I had the, there's just so many other things in my boutique journey. And that's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, but that's a whole other inspirational moment that I don't know if you guys maybe you're exhausted of that by now. But yeah, just again, and remember, focus on one thing at a time. Tawana says, comparison kills your confidence. Just stay in your lane and don't worry about what others are doing. Exactly. Okay. Okay, guys, let me go back to the recent comments to see what you guys are up to. All right. I'm trying to read. I think I covered everything. I think I covered it. Packaging. Yes, I want that mug. Where can I get that? The mug, it's on Amazon. The mug is called Ember and it's on Amazon. I actually got Sean one for Valentine's Day because he works like in an office building. And yeah, it's perfect for work too. So Michelle, the course, all the pricing and all the details, that is going to be released tomorrow, but you do have to be on the newsletter. So onlineboutiqueboss.com/earlybird. Tomorrow, I'm going to send you guys an email and that is where you can join. And the last day to join is March 22nd. The course starts on March 25th. Okay, so the Module 1 is going to be released on March 25th, but before that, we can hang out in the Facebook group together and get you guys all ready to go. But the bonuses are, I have one more bonus that I'm going to talk to you guys about tomorrow in the email, and it's going to be a pretty awesome bonus, and that is going to expire on March 11th. So the official launch date, the bonus number 4, is going to expire. Okay, you guys. Okay. So it's 12:11. So thank you guys for being here. I think I covered your questions, but I appreciate it. Should we recap the mistakes? So no, I'm recapping it again, okay? Number 1, focus on your branding, you guys. Focus on your branding. Number 2, now I forget the order of them all, but okay. Focus on one thing at a time, stay consistent, don't compare yourself to everyone else, and work on your website. Be proud of your website. So that is everything that we chatted about today. And if you're just joining me, that's okay. I'm hoping there should be a replay. But what I mentioned is that the Online Boutique Boss Starter Course, it's my new program and community that is launching on March 11th. But if you're an early bird, you get in tomorrow, starting tomorrow on Friday, March 9th. And I'm so excited, you guys. I love doing these things. These are my favorite thing, going live and answering your questions and giving you some daily motivation and inspiration, but also strategies at the same time. That is my absolute favorite thing to do. So, okay, I think I'm going to end it here, you guys. And if you want to hang out some more, come on over to my Instagram at Online Boutique Boss. I'm going to be posting on stories and hanging out with you and throughout the week as well. So if I didn't get to your question, I'll be sure to answer it the next time. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop the broadcast and hopefully this saves. So